everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you can join me for this brand new video. So, I'd like to thank you all to support my creativity, and also thank you for subscribing to my channel. Always remember to hit this bell notification. I'm glad you not forget that. So, I'd just like to know how much you enjoyed my video so far, and I'd like to thank you for supporting my creativity. That was so fantastic, guys. You guys are absolutely fabulous. So this time, I would do another really loud video. It's going to be Walt Disney's Winnie the Poohs Grand Adventure. You can see a picture of Pooh Bear and Piglet. You can see the logo on the top corner. That's Disney's Wonderful World of Reading. I guess you're quite familiar with that already, but this is a similar version of Pooh's Grand Adventure for Search of Christopher Robin. I think it's to have a similar storybook we got earlier, but let's see how I go reading to you guys. And this is a Gruler book club edition. So okay, hope you enjoy the video, and I'm going to read word to word from every page each chapter. Once upon the last day of golden summer, there was a boy and a bear, and together they had many grand adventures in a remarkable place called 100 Acre Wood. But the grandest and most extraordinary of all of their adventure was still to begin. The bear did not know it, but a great change was coming. His very best friend was about to leave. Winnie the Pooh hummed a happy hum as Christopher Robin came to see him. Pooh did not know that Christopher Robin would start school the next day. And Pooh didn't want to listen as Christopher Robin talked about goodbyes. Hellos were much happier things to Pooh. You are just in time for the best part of the day. Pooh told his friend, the part when you and me became we. And so Pooh led Christopher Robin on the day of the play. At the end of the last day of that golden summer, Christopher Robin tried again to say goodbye. Pooh Bear, he said, if there's ever a tomorrow when are not together, there's something you must remember. You are braver than you before, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Pooh Bear was sleepy from his hard day at play. He mixed up the words as he tried to repeat them, and he drifted off to sleep. As Christopher Robin added, but the most important thing is, even if they were apart, I'll always be with you. The very next day, the first crisp day of autumn came to 100 Acre Wood. Long before Pooh awoke, Christopher Robin left a pot of honey outside of Pooh's door. He stuck a note to it, telling Pooh he was going to school. And then he went away. Later that morning, Pooh found a honey. Honey was for eating, thought Pooh. But where's this honey? His to eat. He got so stuck on the question that he didn't even see Christopher Robin's note. Pooh decided to ask Christopher Robin about the honey, but when he went looking for his friend at Piglet's house, Pooh found only Piglet high in a tree. I'm doing what Christopher Robin said I should do. Piglet called. I'm conquering my fear of heights. Piglet's fear returned, though, when his branch cracked under him. Hoo hoo hoo! Tigger bounced in. All ready to save Piglet, but Tigger's tail wouldn't bounce him all the way up. All Tigger could do was catch Piglet on the way down. Avalanche of the acorns from Piglet's tree sent a friend rolling toward Rabbit's house. Now Rabbit was not expecting company. His garden book said it was harvest day. Even if you think you not ripe, he told his plants. We go by the book. But before he could pick the single pea, he was swept toward Eeyore's house of twigs. The tumble of Tigger and Piglet and Rabbit and Pooh left Eeyore without even one twig over his head. When they had rolled to the rest, Pooh showed every one the honey pot. If I could find Christopher Robin, Pooh said, he could tell me whose honey this is. Why don't we check the note? Rabbit asked. Now, the note with writing meant a visit to Al's house. Al studied a note carefully, then read it out loud. Worry about me? I'm going far away. Help. Christopher Robin. Al saw that note. Said he was going to school. To Al's eyes, that spelled skull. And that, Al added, spelled danger for their friend. We must help him get back here, Pooh said. Ah, said Al, you are going on a quest. He drew the map and told them of the terrible Scalesaurus they would meet. You must go to the Forbidden Mountains, then find the Eye of the Skull to save Christopher Robin. He warned them. By the time Al sent them on their way, even Pooh was trembling. Pooh's friends followed Al's map through the woods, then the bigger woods, then the much bigger woods, until they came to the upside-down rock. If you're here, you are where the monsters are. Rabbit read over Pooh's shoulder. Sure enough, they heard a loud growl nearby. The Scalesaurus leaped Piglet, but Rabbit wasn't rattled. They had a map to follow, after all, and the map was as good as a book for telling them what to do. Rabbit took the map from Pooh. With quick, I know what I'm doing. Look at it. He pointed them in a direction he thought was right. No Scalesaurus would dare follow us in here, Rabbit told the others. But a moment later, they heard another growl. Piglet raced off in a panic. I found a beautiful meadow. Some friendly butterflies tickled Piglet. Then they carried him away. Pooh tried to help his frightened friend. Are you bigger than a big leaf? He shouted to Piglet, mixing it up Christopher Robin's words about being braver than you believe. That didn't help, so Pooh jumped up and grabbed him by the leg. That did help, sort of. The butterflies could not lift Pooh and Piglet, so they both came back to the earth with a crash. That was very brave of you, Pooh, said Piglet. You are brave too, Piglet, Pooh answered. Braver than something. Rabbit? Pooh asked. Are those mountains we're looking for? Pooh trusted his eyes. Rabbit trusted the map until the wind grabbed the map away. The map hovered near the deep gorge. Tigger ran out onto the log and began to bounce up to grab it. He bounced and he bounced and he bounced, but he couldn't reach the map. What's causing his tail to fail? He moaned. He made one more bounce, and the log cracked beneath him. Tigger landed halfway down the gorge. He was sure he'd had nothing able to bounce back up to his friends. Pooh tried to remember Christopher Robin's words about being stronger than you seem. You are taller than a beam. He said to encourage Tigger. Tigger still wouldn't try to go to bounce up. So his friends made a chain and stretched down. They had just reached Tigger when Eeyore lost his grip. Down, they all fell into the gorge until they landed with a muddy splat. The map floated down through the mist and landed on Rabbit's head. Might you know which way Christopher Robin is from here, Rabbit? Pooh asked hopefully. Rabbit just shook his head. I'm not smart enough to know, he said. Pooh tried to remember Christopher Robin's words about being smarter than you think. You are smarter when you are pink, Pooh told Rabbit. Rabbit still felt they had failed. All of them felt lost and alone and lost that Christopher Robin was there, discouraged. They went to the cave and to wait for the mist to clear. When the mist stopped being so misty, Piglet discovered that their cave was Skull Cave. They had to find a way to reach Christopher Robin in the eye of the skull. But as a growl of a Skelosaurus echoed around them, all they found was a crystal cavern. When their friends heard another growl, they ran, but Pooh slipped and got stuck behind the crystal block, with his face squished against the clear block. He could see his friends, but he couldn't call to them. His friends thought that the Skelosaurus had gobbled Pooh up. They reach the eye of the skull without Pooh? Then Rabbit surprised himself by getting an idea. Tigger could bounce Piglet up to your eye. Tigger surprised himself by making the bounce. Then Piglet surprised himself by being brave enough to stand on a high ledge and lower the vine so the others could climb up to the eye. Pooh had seen the whole thing, but just as his friends got up to him, Pooh came unstuck and slipped down deep into the cave. Alone, Pooh thought of Christopher Robin and remembered his friend's true words. Piglet was so much braver than he believes, said Pooh, and Tigger was stronger than he seems, and Rabbit smarter than he thinks. Then Pooh remembered Christopher Robin saying, even if we are apart, I'll always be with you. Suddenly, Pooh didn't feel so alone anymore. Far from Pooh, his friends Huddled together, something was moving closer to them in the cave. It was Christopher Robin. "Where have you been?" he asked. "We had to save you from school," Tigger said. "School?" said Christopher Robin. "I have been at school." The others explained about the map and the quest. Christopher Robin explained what Al had missed in his note. "Don't worry, I am not going far away. And help yourself to the honey." Honey reminded Christopher Robin of Pooh. "Where is Pooh?" he asked. The growls sounded deep in the cave as Piglet sadly said, "In there, Scalosaurus gobbled him up." But Christopher Robin was not sad at all. "There's no Scalosaurus," he said. "That's the sound of a rumbly tumbly of a hungry for the hurry. Pooh Bear." That's faster than you could say honey pot. Christopher Robin made a rescue plan. He tied the Pooh-sized honey pot to the rope and lowered it to where Pooh was sitting with his smackerel-sized honey pot. When Pooh saw the big honey pot, he got into it. Christopher Robin pulled him right up. He was no longer happier. There was no happier Pooh Bear than the one who hugged Christopher Robin, and there were no happier friends than Piglet and Tigger, Rabbit and Eeyore. They saw Pooh safe and sound. They had found their friends, and they had found their own strengths. Their quest was a success 2 times over. Later, Christopher Robin told Pooh about school. "I learned things there. It was scary at first, but when I found myself feeling alone, I thought of you, Pooh. That's what I would have done," said Pooh. "Pooh," Christopher Robin said, "I promise you won't forget about me." "I promise," said Pooh. "And you all remember that even if we're apart, I'll always be with you?" "Yes," Christopher Robin answered Pooh. "And I shall always be with you." Well, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video with reading Disney's story of Winnie the Pooh. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I thank you ever so much, and hopefully I will see you in the next video, and have a nice day.